Hi, Riverwood kids. My name is Jan. Pastor Andrew has asked me to read you a story today. So we're going to read a story from the Bible, and this book is called The Biggest Story. And it is about the Bible stories that you've known you've come to hear. So why don't you go ahead and get something cozy? Do you have anything cozy that you can just kind of snuggle up with? I have my favorite blankie. It's very, very cozy. So if you have a blankie, or maybe you have a stuffed animal, if you have some kind of a stuffed animal, go ahead and get it. I'll wait for you. Go ahead and get something just to be cozy while we read a story. And also, if you have a blankie, or if you have a favorite stuffed animal, I'd like to know what the name of your stuffed animal is. So if you can have your mom put it in the comments, then I'll read it. I'll read what your stuffed animal is. Or if you have a blankie, put that it's a blankie. That's what I have today. So go ahead and get cozy. Maybe getting cozy is going to be cozying up to your mom or your dad. Wouldn't that be nice? Cozy up to mom and dad. So get comfortable, and we're going to read this book about the biggest story. Be sure you tell me what you're cuddling with today. My blankie doesn't have a name, and that's okay if it doesn't. The Biggest Story by Kevin DeYoung, illustrated by Don Clark. Once upon a time, there lived a man and a woman. They were the happiest people on the planet. True, they were the only people on the planet, but they were still terrifically happy. Their names were Adam and Eve, and God made them. He made them in His image, like little mirrors to reflect God's glory. And like everything else God made, He made them good. It is a wonderful time to be God's children in God's wonderful world. Unfortunately, things didn't stay happy and wonderful for long. One very bad day, Adam ate from the only tree God had declared off limits. Adam failed. It was a terrible day. In fact, it was the second worst day in the history of the world. A snake had tricked Adam and Eve and told them a lie about the fruit. He said they would be like God if they ate it. But actually, the opposite was true. When they ate the fruit, they found themselves far away from God. They had disobeyed God's word and believed the lie of that devilish snake instead of the truth. Being near to God and having Him draw near to us would not be easy any longer. God was not happy with Adam and Eve. He wasn't happy with the snake either. God put a curse on the man and the woman and the snake and everything else. He kicked Adam and Eve out of the garden paradise He had made for them. It wasn't possible for a people who were so bad to live with a God who is so good. They had to go. But before they left, God made a promise. He promised that the evil serpent, the devil, would always be at war with Eve and her children. Now it doesn't sound like a very nice promise. That bad guys and good guys would fight all the time. Who wants to be in a war that never ends? But here's where the good part of the promise comes in. God promised that one of Eve's children would someday, eventually, sooner or later, crush the head of that nasty snake. Nobody knew when or how, but she would have a child to put things right. And she did. That was our first story. It tells us that God created everything. God created us. And God knows everything about our world. He knows everything about you. So until our next cozy story time, I'll say goodbye. Remember to put in the comment line what you're cozying up with today, if it's a blanket or a stuffed animal. And if you don't know how to put it in the comment line, I don't either, but Mom and